Those of you who said yes, you're feminist. Oh, you didn't answer. Go ahead.
I think I'd word it like her, like not an extreme one, but definitely a feminist.
Okay, so you do you believe in the patriarchy?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, you believe in the patriarchy. Okay.
I've seen good patriarchies, and then I've seen like some that are.
Just answer the question, please.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the patriarchy theory.
I don't know much about the patriarchy theory.
But you've heard the term patriarchy, right? Are you opposed to the patriarchy?
Actually, I don't know. Define patriarchy.
Well,
Wouldn't that be like
you're the feminist.
Higher,
Hang on. I'm sorry to cut in, but I don't actually understand. Now I don't know your name, gal, who's sitting from my perspective would be to the right side of the table, second one over, who has been kind of verbally sparring with everyone tonight. What'd you say your name was?
That's you.
Yeah.
Oh, Paloma.
Paloma. Okay. I don't understand why when Brian said, just please answer the question, you went, like, look at this shit. Look at this. Look, what's going on here, right? What's going I don't actually understand that. Think of it from his perspective. He's going around the table and he wants to get everybody's actual answer. If somebody goes on a diatribe right then, how could he get everybody included in the conversation?
I really don't care about answering your stupid questions anymore, both of you guys, so I'm actually going to go. But you guys have a great night.
Do you want to at least, let me ask you just a few more questions if you don't mind.
I mind. What are the questions?
So it's a rage quit?
Hold on.
I don't care, rage
it's
quit.
It's okay, let me ask her a couple
It's not
questions.
a rage quit.
It's a rage quit.
Okay, whatever you want to word
What did I say that was so offensive to you?
It's nothing you said. I just really don't have the energy to keep going back and forth with you because you want a specific answer and I'm not going to give it, and you're going to keep prying and prying until you get that answer, and I'm not going to give it to you.
So you're just intellectually dishonest?
I just don't feel like arguing with you anymore. Like, plain and simple. You're not somebody I'm obligated to argue with.
No, I agree. You're not. If you want to rage quit, it's totally up to you.
Rage quit, whatever you want to word it. I don't really give a fuck. I'm leaving.
So I'll ask you the I'll ask you the question. So you do believe in the patriarchy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that women are oppressed?
Yes.
In the United States?
Yes.
And who are men the oppressors?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So, well, I'm asking you some more questions. So,
I'm gonna leave.
Okay, that is a rage quit. Okay.
This is Sparta!
Rage quit.
Peace out. Peace out. You too, homie.
Yeah. No sleep.
Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on over there?
I think she's just looking for her purse. It's there.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, so just very briefly to go over the question, the reason that this is being asked is we've heard this a lot on the show, between men and women dynamics. Obviously, there's many men who prefer not to end up in relationships with feminists, right? They just prefer not to. And so this is why it's being asked if you consider yourself to be a feminist, and that's how it's tied back into kind of the dating talk so that we can figure out where your stance is. Makes a lot of sense to me, as politics in the United States is highly polarizing, right? Mm-hmm. So this is why it's asked and why it is. He just wants to get everybody's answer on record before we start to kind of press in where your feminist beliefs come from, why you think that way, and how that applies to when you're dating. So going around the table, let me give a different definition of feminism and see if the answers change. I think that the most charitable definition of feminism I can give is a rejection of patriarchal systems in lieu of egalitarianism, meaning equality between the two sexes. By that definition, would you guys consider yourself feminists going around the table? We'll start with you, gal with the red bangs. Sorry, I was here late, so I don't know anybody's names. So if I just call you out by your clothing, please don't get mad at me, right? That's it. That's basically the only thing I can do. So starting with you.
No, you're good. Can you repeat that one more time? Though I've been up for like 24 hours and my brain is just.
Oh God, I feel that.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. So, if the definition of feminism was a rejection of patriarchal systems for the movement of equality between the two sexes, men and women, would you consider yourself a feminist then?
Should men and women be
Say
equal?
that again.
Yeah.
No, that's not actually what's being asked. So if the definition of feminism is the movement towards the equality of the two sexes, men and women, and a rejection of patriarchal systems, meaning men in charge of shit, would you call yourself a feminist then?
No.
No? Okay.
It depends. For me, it really depends on what type of men I've seen, because obviously every man's different. Every patriarchal system that I've encountered in life, like some men run it good, real good, and they're cool and everything. So I would be down with a cool man running stuff. But I've seen some weird dudes running stuff too, and then I literally am like, oh my gosh, thank God that I have my own rights, because going under this guy would be like living hell, like, you know, like, so if it's a good dude, then I'm cool with it. But if it's a dude that I don't like, that's a really weird dude, then no. So I could flip. It just depends on if I'm comfortable with the man.
So to kind of engage with what you're saying, we'll say systems where men are in charge and have traditionally been in charge, they are going to stay in charge if you're under a patriarchy.
Yes. But if, question, would this be related to that? So if it was a patriarchy society where like women, like they're like, oh, women can't work. It's like, does that keep vulnerable populations vulnerable in a sense where like, what if like the woman can't find a husband?
I mean, we can kind of get into that.
Yeah.
But just to get it on record, if that was the definition of feminism, charitable definition.
If a good man running shit and following him, or a bad man running shit and following him?
Just a rejection of patriarchal systems for both are running things equally.
I mean, I guess like
to the next person at the table.
A rejection of patriarchal
systems and
I mean, equal.
Yeah, so then feminists, right?
What would make you a feminist?
The next one.
I guess in that definition, sure.
Probably not.
Rejection of patriarchal systems for movement.
Women hate women.
I don't.
Though.
I said. And it's not to be in charge. It's not to be equal, and it's not to. That's Romans 1.
What?
Hey, you should read.
You don't know what I worship?
What's your creator's name?
I mean, I don't believe the creator has a name. God, I guess.
It's a force that we can't comprehend. So
You guys don't want to get into what I believe.
Yeshua Adonai.
No, I really
Because I believe
really
in
do.
like the Bible, but I also believe in like all them other
Book.
It's the Apocrypha.
It just was
Yeah, it's
not. It wasn't put into the canon for a reason. But I mean, all the Book of Enoch is basically an extrapolation from what happened during the flood. It gets into fallen angels, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so then what my God is and what her God is going to be two different gods.
Yeah, Jesus
Well,
talks about that.
do you have a reason why you think that should be canonical? I don't
Should be what?
understand that though.
No, I mean, wait, explain what that means.
Well, people put the Bible together and left that book out. Do you know why they
Yeah.
did that?
I mean,
why did they do that?
I think they did it because they don't want us to know the truth. They did it for power. They did it for control. I think that's what religion was really made for. I think the word.
I mean, this was a very public debate. It was very publicly
it's a very.
debated.
This debate is crazy. Is why I don't want to get into.
Well, I feel like
it.
every
No, I mean
was
it was.
created for,
I'm
like,
saying at the
comfort,
time
something
when they were
to
putting
rely
these
on.
books together to make the Bible, that it was publicly debated which books are going in and which ones aren't. And the way that they're able to verify this is they're looking at, is this a third-party source or is this something that actually came from the apostles themselves. There was good reasons why they kept many books out.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna dive too deep into things because I'm not even gonna get into it actually.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I feel like
I was just curious
created
about
for
your beliefs
comfort.
on this creator of yours. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I
So
believe
it's not
in God.
the God of the Bible.
No, it's God. I just think that I'm not. I don't want to speak too much on it just because I don't want to, but I think that the Bible and the stories in the Bible were translated. Also, a lot of the kings and stuff made them, and a lot of these things different, false. Yeah,
I'm saying
to have
they're false.
power among people. So
you don't believe in the same God because God,
I do
we believe He is who He
in
says He is,
God.
which says that the eternal scriptures have not been tampered and that they are true, and that every single word is God breathed. But you
So-
don't believe that. You think it's manipulation.
You said you believe in the Bible, and when we were talking about gender roles specifically, you were like, you guys are religious, of course you believe that. We believe that
not
because
really
we believe in the
religious.
Bible, but didn't you just say you also believe in the Bible?
Hold on. Scoot your mic a little
Well,
bit.
some stories in the Bible aren't meant to be like.
Okay, so you
word
believe
for
some
word.
of the Bible.
Well, I mean, like some of
I
it.
mean, I do believe in the Bible, but I also believe that the Bible has been manipulated by kings and all types of
so
people.
you don't believe God is who He says He is in the Bible.
Erroneous.
I mean, she's definitely
Erroneous.
right. There's tons of Bibles which have been manipulated by kings.
Yeah, like King
King
James.
James, right? There's no, I mean, there's no
Yeah.
doubt that that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
that
I'm
gives
not
us
trying to
much
get
information about your creator.
Well, I grew up
then-
Christian.
I mean, I
Every
believe
story
in
is
God.
literal.
I believe the Bible stories are correct. I believe like certain things, like a lot of the
Parts of it are
stories
true.
are correct, but I also believe that it's been manipulated. So I don't think it's the whole truth. I think there's a lot of truth missing
So you
out of the
get to
Bible
pick and
that you
choose
can
what
find.
is and isn't?
I mean, I'm not a Christian. I'm not sitting up here saying I'm a Christian. So I don't believe like you have to pick and choose. I don't believe. I think you can pick and choose.
We don't believe in the same
You know
God.
what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's.
Well, I
fine,
mean, like
babe.
it's all a greater
May,
force. Like we can't
God
comprehend
be with
it.
you.
And I mean, either way, like there's
Andrew,
stories in the Bible that
final
aren't.
thoughts on the religious conversation?
Yeah, I'm
Final thoughts
good.
on
We
this?
can move it on.
Okay.
Well, I have a question for Andrew. Did you agree that you believe that some of the Bible has been manipulated? And
Well, I
that it's
believe
not
that
that God
Protestant-
didn't have
yeah,
sovereign control over
Yeah, I believe
that?
that Protestant churches constantly have manipulated the Bible. Everything to the feminist Bible, which they wrote, the brand new Bible, which was a feminist version, to several Protestant churches making their own scripture. Like, for instance, I would consider Mormons to be Protestants. I'd consider Jehovah's Witnesses to be Protestants. I would consider those to be extra canons, which they added, which they're not allowed to do, like the Mormons did with Joseph Smith. So yeah, there's been
Oh, well,
tons
I'm
and
not
tons
saying
of
I
modification
agree
when
with
it
the
comes
Joseph
from Protestants.
Smith.
Yeah.
I'm saying like a basic NASB 1995. Do you think it's not?
Fully true.
Do you think
Yeah,
that
it
God did
doesn't
not
have
have?
the it doesn't have the deuterocanons. Yeah, so it's not complete.
So like with the, what do you mean by that? With full apocryphas in it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right? It's not complete.
I
right?
believe God. I mean, my opinion.